Imagine a world where the rules of love and partnership defy everything you've ever considered natural. A world where a single female commands not just one, but multiple partners, all devoted to her, working in harmony to ensure the survival of their offspring and the continuation of their species. This scenario isn't science fiction or a romantic utopia. It's polyandry, a fascinating pattern found in various species across the animal kingdom. But what can animal polyandry teach us about ourselves? And why might psychologist Carl Jung, with his profound insights into the collective unconscious, see this behavior as a mirror for the archetypes that shape the human psyche? Get ready for a journey that will challenge your preconceived notions, spark your curiosity, and perhaps even make you question what it means to love, share, and survive. In the animal kingdom, polyandry, when a female mates with multiple males, is more common than you might think. Consider bees, where the queen, an absolute sovereign, collects sperm from multiple drones during a single nuptial flight, storing it to fertilize thousands of eggs throughout her life. Or jacanas, water birds that flip traditional roles. Females dominate territories and defend groups of males who tenderly care for nests and chicks with almost poetic devotion. And what about clownfish, where the female reigns over a harem of subordinate males living in a delicate hierarchy within an anemone? Each example is a window into a social system that challenges human common sense. But why has nature chosen this path for some species? And what does it reveal about the flexibility of gender roles? Carl Jung, with his fascination for archetypes and the collective unconscious, might have seen animal polyandry as an expression of the Great Mother archetype, the primordial feminine force that creates, protects, and commands. For Jung, archetypes are universal patterns residing in the human psyche, shaping our stories, myths, and behaviors. The polyandrous female, with her ability to unite multiple partners around a common purpose, could be a living manifestation of this archetype, challenging the patriarchal structures that often dominate human narratives. But can humans, with their cultures and taboos, learn something from these systems? Or does our resistance to these ideas reveal more about our own repressed fears and desires? Let's dive into a compelling example: the maned wolf, a South American canid that in some populations exhibits traces of polyandry. The alpha female, the group's leader, may mate with more than one male, while the partners share responsibilities like hunting and protecting the pups. This behavior isn't just about survival, it's a complex dance of cooperation and competition. The males, far from being destructive rivals, work together, suggesting that polyandry can foster stronger social bonds. But how does this work in practice? And if male cooperation is so advantageous, why do so many species and human societies opt for monogamy or polygyny, where one male dominates multiple females? The answer may lie in ecology. In environments where resources are scarce or predators are a constant threat, polyandry can be a brilliant strategy. Think of meerkats, small African mammals living in highly cooperative groups. The dominant female often mates with multiple males who help guard the group and care for the young. This strategy increases the genetic diversity of the offspring, making them more resilient, and distributes parental responsibilities, allowing the female to focus on leading. But could humans, with their complex societies and cultural values, adopt something similar? Or is our obsession with romantic exclusivity an insurmountable barrier? Jung might argue that our resistance to polyandry reflects an internal conflict between the conscious ego and the impulses of the unconscious. He believed that archetypes like the Great Mother or the hero often clash with social norms. Animal polyandry, with its apparent disorder relative to human standards, may confront us with repressed aspects of our psyche, the desire for freedom, for multiple connections, for a redefinition of power. But what happens when we look at human cultures that practice or have practiced polyandry? Do they show us an alternative path, or merely reinforce that these systems are rare exceptions? In the Himalayan mountains, some Tibetan communities practice fraternal polyandry, where a woman marries multiple brothers. This custom, often tied to preserving agricultural land, shows that human polyandry is not only possible, but functional in certain contexts. The brothers share responsibilities, and children are raised collectively, without concern for determining biological paternity. This system challenges Western notions of family, but raises a question. Is polyandry, whether animal or human, merely a practical response to specific conditions, or is there something deeper, perhaps an instinctual wisdom about cooperation and balance? Let's return to the animal kingdom to explore another facet. In tamarins, small South American primates, polyandry is a strategy of collective care. The dominant female mates with multiple males who carry the young, forage for food, and protect the group. Studies show that these males exhibit elevated levels of oxytocin, the love hormone, even when they aren't the biological fathers. This suggests that polyandry can foster complex emotional bonds, not only between the female and her partners, but among the males themselves. Could humans, with our capacity for deep emotions, find in polyandry a way to strengthen communities? Or would jealousy and possessiveness, so deeply rooted in our psyche, make this impossible? Jung might see in this animal behavior a lesson about integrating opposites, a central concept in his psychology. Polyandry, with its blend of competition and cooperation, feminine power and masculine devotion, seems to embody the union of the animus, the masculine, and the anima, the feminine, within the psyche. For him, balancing these aspects is essential for individuation, the process of becoming a complete self. But how could humans apply this idea? Could polyandry, even if not practiced literally, inspire new forms of relationships based on equality and collaboration? Another fascinating example comes from social insects like ants and bees. In bee colonies, the queen is the heart of the system, but her polyandry serves a clear evolutionary purpose: genetic diversity. By mating with multiple drones, she ensures the colony is more resistant to diseases and environmental changes. This biological pragmatism is striking, but it also raises a question. Is polyandry at its core just a cold survival strategy, or is there room for something more, like emotional or social bonds? And what does this mean for humans, who often seek meaning beyond biology? To explore this, let's consider seahorses, where polyandry takes an unexpected form. In some species, females deposit their eggs in the male's pouches, where the males then carry the offspring until birth. A female may mate with multiple males, maximizing her reproductive success. This system inverts traditional roles and suggests that polyandry can be a form of female empowerment, even in the animal kingdom. But is empowerment a human projection? Or is there something universal in the idea of a female commanding her destiny? Jung, with his view of myths as reflections of the psyche, might see seahorses as a symbol of transformation. The polyandrous female, by delegating gestation to males, challenges conventional narratives of motherhood. This could prompt us to ask, what if humans redefine gender roles with the same boldness? Could animal polyandry invite us to imagine a world where power, care, and love are not bound by rigid expectations? As we explore these examples, one thing becomes clear: polyandry isn't just about sex or reproduction. It's about systems of cooperation, balance, and adaptation. In meerkats, maned wolves, and tamarins, Polyandry creates support networks that benefit the entire community. In social insects, it strengthens the colony. In seahorses, it rewrites the rules of parental care. But what does this all mean for us humans, living in a world of cultural norms, laws, and broken hearts? Can animal polyandry inspire us to create more flexible, collaborative, and open relationships? Jung might remind us that the collective unconscious is full of possibilities we haven't yet explored. Polyandry, with its apparent strangeness, may be an invitation to look beyond the obvious, to question what we consider natural or moral. It challenges us to ask, what if love, like nature, is more diverse than we imagine? What if cooperation, not competition, is the key to a more balanced future? And now, a surprising twist. What if polyandry isn't just a lesson from the past but a key to the future? Imagine a society where human connections transcend the constraints of possession, where collective care replaces individualism, where diverse bonds strengthen everyone. Sounds like a utopia. Or are animals, with their ancient strategies, showing us a path we haven't yet dared to tread? In the next video, we'll take an even bolder leap. We'll explore how animal polyandry could inspire technologies, communities, and even new models of artificial intelligence based on cooperation. Could the future of humanity be hidden in the lessons of a queen bee or a seahorse? Don't miss this adventure. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, and join us to unravel the mysteries of nature and the human psyche. Leave in the comments, what do you think of polyandry? And which animal would you like us to explore in the next video? Let's build this journey together.